Uh, Good morning. Good morning. How y'all feel this morning? Come on in. Yeah, y'all come on in. Gather around the table. Y'all come on in the highs. Come on outside the storm. Y'all come on past the storm. I'm talking about the storms of life. Y'all come on in here. Get out the rain. Get out the storm. Get out the sleet. Get out the snow. Come on inside. We talking about coming on the inside. The inside and gather around the table. The table of your own thoughts. The table of your own mind. Your own mindset shifts that has to happen here in the atmosphere. What's up with y'all this morning? How y'all doing this morning? Come on in. Come on in and gather around the table. You might as well come on in. Ain't no reason to be out here in the storms of life without having a safe place to come to. How y'all feel this morning? Y'all come on in and gather around the table of your own thoughts, of your own mind, of your own character, of your own personality. How about that? Of your own temperament. Come on in. How y'all feel this morning? It's a beautiful thing to be here. I'm happy to be here this morning. I'm just happy, just overall. I'm thankful and I'm grateful for all of the things that has happened. Good and bad. Happy and sad. All my ups and my downs. All my trials and my tribulations. I'm happy to have all of them because all of them has made me the individual who I am this morning. And so I can come and tell y'all to come on in and gather around the table of your own thoughts. I'm talking about I done been in and out. I done been up and down. I done been a base and I done been a bound. I done been in prison. I done been out here in civilian life. I've been both. So y'all know y'all can talk to me about everything, anything. It don't matter what it is. I can handle it. I have the skill set. I have the proven track record. I have what it takes to talk to the minds of the people. I guess that's the reason why he called me. I guess that's the reason why he chose me to come in here and talk to the minds of the people. I done been through too much. Yes, I have. I'm El Jefe in the spirit. I got too many stripes on my shoulders not to come in here and have the ability to talk to the minds of the people. I done been through too much in life. I'm talking about in life. I'm talking about real life stuff. Ooh-wee. And so I'm here this morning to come and talk to the minds of the people, to speaking to the minds of the people. That's what I've been called, chosen to do, is to speak into the minds of the people. And so y'all know I be searching. I think the most beautiful thing about this whole thing of where I am in life is I don't even really have to search. For whatever reason, it comes to me. I don't really have to search. I don't really have to. I told y'all I'm unscripted. I don't come with a whole hidden objective or a whole underlying motive based on anything that has transpired. I just come out my spirit. And as I sit behind this sacred desk and I speak into the minds of the people, he'll give me things to say. And that's how that been rocking. I've been rocking with him like that there for a long time. But guess what? This morning, I came in this morning. I got several things I got to say this morning that just hit my spirit. And one thing that I want to say is the difference one phone call will make. Did you hear me? I say we are one phone call away from things becoming a difference in our lives. Ooh-wee. And so I'm just here this morning to tell you that we are one phone call away from the difference. Both sides of the spectrum. It could be the positive side of the spectrum as well as the negative side of the spectrum. We're just still one call away. And so that one call could come in from a neutral perspective in the hourglass. That one phone call can come in from a neutral perspective in the hourglass. Where would neutral be in the hourglass? Is at 7. Because 0 is the base, 14 is the top, is alkalinity. 0 is the base, which is the bottom, is acidity. And at the same time, neutral is 7. Half of 14 is 7. So it'll be at the skinny part of the hourglass is where the phone call can actually come into. It can come in from a neutral perspective. Ooh-wee. And so, yeah, I'm here to tell y'all that one phone call can ultimately turn your whole entire life upside down or either right side up. It's both sides of the spectrum. I know this thing called life for me is a full number line. I said the thing called life for me and how I look at life is a full number line. Let me explain. Y'all know I got to come in here this morning and teach a little bit before I could go into my whole situation. And so at the same time, what I'm discovering is that it can go from 0 right here. On the positive side of the spectrum, we got, let's say, positive 25, positive 50, positive 75, positive 100. But at the same time, on the negative side of the spectrum, we got to have negative 25, negative 50, negative 75, and negative 100. That's how I view life. I view life on both sides of the spectrum. 0 will always be 7 on the hourglass. Do you understand me? It'll always be the center. When you're in the center of something, it's the center. It's 0. So it can either go down in the negative or it can come up into the positive. But either way, the number line from negative 100 to a positive 100 is how I view life. This is how I view life. And so I'm just here as I take y'all on this journey with me. And as I move according to the power that's within me. And as I move according to understanding and knowledge and wisdom and how it's being given to me, I share it with you guys. And so I'm just here on assignment. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I am your thought-provoking specialist. I am your health-conscious coach. I'm your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor. Hey, look, I told y'all he gave me another one. I'm y'all podcast professor. I'm the podcast professor. And so I'm here with intellectual data this morning to tell somebody that we're only one phone call away from our lives being ultimately turned. And so I'm here this morning really to celebrate the life of my son. So I'm here. Yesterday, today has to be the 19th, but September 18th, 2019, I received a phone call. Did you hear me? I said September 18th, 2019, I received a phone call that ultimately turned and changed and challenged my whole entire existence here on this earth. And so I'm here this morning as a broken but yet whole vessel. Can we be that? Can we even be that? Hey, listen, y'all know I create something in my mind in order to set me in the positive side of thought, to keep me on the alkaline side of conscientiousness, can you be a broken vessel? Can you be a broken whole vessel? My answer would have to be yes. My answer to that question would have to be yes, that you can be a broken whole vessel. Ooh-wee. And so even in the midst of me having to endure these days in September will forever be etched in the mind, in my mind. September 18th, 2019, I received a phone call that my son was found unresponsive in Chicago, in a high rise in Chicago. And my whole entire existence here on this earth was shattered, was altered because of that one phone call. Ooh. And so I'm here now with strength in my body, with power in my mind. It wasn't once this way now. And so that shows you that time, as a time elapsed, the pain and the hurt that was once so severe, for whatever reason, has time to heal itself. Time heals. And so I'm here this morning to tell somebody on the sound of my voice that at one single phone call will ultimately change your life. Ooh. And so I've received mine on several occasions. Even my mom, the next year, she was at his funeral. And the very next year, September 5th, I buried my mother. And so I'm here this morning having to go under all these different dates in my birthday month. I have to endure those first before I can even smile on September 25th in a few days from now and say thank you that I made it to my 56th birthday. How about that? And so I'm thankful and I'm grateful this morning as I share my life story with y'all, and as I increase and elevate and cultivate and, you know what I'm saying, manipulate the mind of the people through thought, through words, through understanding, through comprehension, through awareness, through alertness. I still have to share my story because we all have stories. That's the truth of the matter. I said we all have a story. And so he told me about a few years ago, the universe said, tell your story so I can get the glory. Ooh-wee. He said, tell your story so I can get the glory. And so I'm here this morning to give glory. No matter what the situation may be, no matter what the circumstances may look like, no matter what the financial collapses or the tragedies might seem to be, I'm here to tell you, if you hold, if you stand, you can still conquer your thoughts through your mind, through the mindset shift that has to happen in order for you to maintain a certain level of composure in life. And so one phone call away, we're all just one phone call away. We're one phone call away from millions. So we don't want to just always think about the negative side of the hourglass. But we got to speak on the positive side. We're one phone call away from 500,000 being in your bank account. You're one phone call away to say that you have made this inheritance, that you inherited some money that you didn't even know even existed. We're one phone call away. We're one push of the button away from your life ever changing forever. We're one phone call away. And so think about that for a second. We're just one phone call away from our whole life changing and turning for the better. And so we're here this morning to share with you guys one thing, that we're all just one phone call away from trauma, from a traumatic experience that we have to endure through, even through somebody else's life being taken. We're still being traumatized by that. To walk by that casket and look into the face of your loved ones, that's tragedy. That's trauma. And so we've endured, we have to endure in this thing called life. We have to endure it. And so I'm just here this morning to share. As I share, I wanted to bring that to the attention to the people that we're just one phone call away. And so, Denard Bryant Davis, you will forever be missed, my brother. You're my seed. You came out of my loins. And so you will forever be missed, because it's never supposed to be that way. We always think that we're supposed to bury our parents, but parents don't never consider, when that child is first being born, that we would have to bury our child. And so we're one phone call away from dramatic experiences in our lives that we can't even ward off, we can't even avoid. We can't even alleviate these instances that has to happen. But I can tell you this, we have to self-realize. We have to understand. We have to comprehend. We have to do the internal work in order to be in the position to comprehend it and understand it, and then deal with it and acknowledge it and accept it. But that one phone call will ultimately turn your whole life upside down. And so I'm here this morning to share we're just one phone call away. But we're also just one phone call away from new opportunities. Ooh-wee. I keep telling y'all, we look at the hourglass here in my viewpoint of this world and this world system. And my viewpoint of life is zero is the neutral. Positive 100 is at the very top. Negative 100 is at the very bottom. It's a number line from 100 to 100. Both are relevant in the earth. Negative is relevant just like positive is relevant. You never walk into your car and open up your hood of your car and never seen a two-pole positive battery. Just like you've never seen a two-pole negative battery. You've never seen that. In order to have power, you have to have positivity and negativity. You need both. And so I came by here this morning to tell somebody that even though we know that the negative is there, the positive is there as well. And so we're one phone call away from new opportunities. We're one phone call away from new abundance in our lives. We're one phone call away from new prosperity that might be on their way right now to you. This moment, you have no clue about it, but you're one phone call away from hitting the lottery button. You're one phone call away to say you got the winning ticket. Ooh-wee. And so at the same time this morning, I came by here. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I am your thought-provoking specialist. I'm your health conscious coach. I'm here to tell you, if you continue to believe that your hard work and your efforts will pay off in significant ways. Did you hear me? I said that if you continue to believe, it's all through belief that moves the earth, that moves frequency and vibrations and energy. It's through belief. When you believe, then that's the energy source by which to make what you believe move. It's through belief. And so when we come in, we believe to be a sign that your hard work and your efforts will pay off in significant ways. And I'm here to share, to tell you to continue to believe, continue to trust even when you can't track, continue to trust even when you can't trace, continue to trust the process, understanding that we all have our time and our moment and our seasons here in this thing called life, on this thing called earth, that we will, I say that we will succeed, that we will be victorious, even with our culture, even with our ethnicity, even with the blood that's running through our veins right now. We have the victory because of the melanin in our skin, because we're melanated people. This is the Hourglass Era. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I am your thought-provoking specialist. I am your health-conscious coach. And so this morning, I remember telling y'all a few sessions ago, by me being the health-conscious coach, who would have ever thought that that would be a title by which the universe gave me? He said, tell him you're the health-conscious coach. And so I drove across this country. From Miami to LA to study psychology, health psychology, 2013. And so this lady right here, I got to show y'all. Y'all know I am a health conscious coach. I'm always going to be on some kind of intellectual content because of the fact that this lady, I was running across this morning, I was trying to find what it was that I sent to myself the other day to show you what's in our bodies, that we have gold in our bodies. It's a large percentage of gold that's in our bodies, but I don't want to go there this morning because I couldn't find the video that I would need to play in order for you to understand that we have all these things in our bodies. And so I got to wait on that one right here. But this morning, as I was looking for that, because I thought that was the universe wanted me to speak on, he sent me this. And so now y'all got to listen to this for a second, because this is validation for what I've been saying.
We're going to do the opposite.
Listen at this. Y'all listen at this for a second.
Cancer loves. I want to look at what cancer loves, because if cancer loves this, we're going to do the opposite. Cancer loves an acid environment. And mold creates an acid environment and thrives in an acid environment. So Dr. Tullio Simoncini would put a portacath in, and he'd put the most alkalizing substance on the planet. Our stomach lining makes it, our pancreas makes it. It's called sodium bicarbonate.
Sodium bicarbonate.
Unfortunately, not for us, but unfortunately for the pharmaceutical company, they can't patent that one. But when sodium bicarbonate hits cancer, it causes a wave of alkalinity that the cancer can't thrive in. It's as simple as that. Cancer also loves glucose. It loves glucose to the point that it consumes 15 times the glucose of any other cell. Cancer also loves an oxygen-free environment. So now we're going to make a list of what cancer hates. Cancer hates alkaline. And in a minute we're going to have a look at what you can do, especially the foods, alkaline foods. Cancer hates low glucose. So what we do in a program to help conquer cancer is to get that glucose right down, and cancer hates oxygen. I have many books in my library at home, and Many books by doctors, professors, naturopaths, nutritionists, scientists who have success with conquering cancer. And there are many different tangents, but I look for the three common denominators amongst them all, and there they are. These are the three common denominators to conquer cancer: create an alkaline environment, get the glucose way down, and ensure an oxygenated body.
Ooh.
I love it when it's simple. You see,
Ooh. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? So I've been telling you that cancer, this is when I went across and I drove across this country from Miami to LA to study psychology because of my GPA was high at FIU, Florida International University. And I could have went anywhere in the world, anywhere in the US Virgin Islands. I could have went to Hawaii. I could have went to anywhere, the East Coast, the West Coast, anywhere within the United States, because of my GPA was high enough through the National Student Exchange, the NSC. I chose California for whatever reason. And I ended up at California, Cal State University, San Bernardino. And I studied health psychology, cultural diversity psychology, and it was another that I can't think of right now. But while I was there, I had a professor that reminded me of this lady right here. That we dropped a cancer cell into a bottle of alkaline water and it just laid there dormant. It couldn't move. It was stagnated. We could see that the alkaline environment stagnated the cancer cell and it made it just lie dormant. It was like almost like it was dead. But then we drop a cancer cell into an acidic bottle of water and it came alive. When I told you that thing flapped, it almost looked like it was about to mutate, like it was about to duplicate itself. That's how alive it came when we dropped that cancer cell into that bottle of alkalinity. I mean, yes, alkalinity. I mean, acidic water. And it actually came alive and made it look like it was about to just jump through the, like it was about to mutate. And so that confirmed for me that cancer does not live in an alkalinic environment. Neither does it live in a high oxygen. Remember we said cancer hates oxygen. And so the only way you can get oxygen in your blood is through iron. And so I recommend plant-based iron for a person to take plant-based iron every day. Plant-based iron is the only way that you can get fresh oxygenated red blood cells into your body. Cancer don't like that. Fresh oxygenated blood, it don't like that. Can't thrive. It thrives in a low oxygenated environment. And so you keep your oxygen up, you keep your glucose down, and you keep your alkalinity up. You in the ballpark for making sure that you're good. And so anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I wanted to share with y'all as a health conscious coach that people that struggle in that area, there's help for you. If you do the research and go the natural way, then you'll understand that there is, help for individuals that struggle in that arena. And so I just wanted to share with y'all as y'all health conscious coach. That it's some things out here that's working in the atmosphere that can confirm what the things I've been saying all this time. That right there was confirmation for me. That right there was affirmation that I'm on the track by which the universe desired me to be. And so I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I am your health conscious coach. I'm here to coach you into healthy thoughts, healthy mind, a healthy heart, a healthy spleen, a healthy liver, a healthy kidney, a healthy walk in understanding, a healthy walk in knowledge, a healthy walk in wisdom. And so I'm here this morning to share. As I like my Palo Santo, have my Palo Santo burning. It's a sweet smelling fragrance in the atmosphere. Did you hear me? I say sometimes you gotta put a sweet smelling fragrance in your atmosphere. Light your candles. Turn on lavender. Anybody that have sleep deprivation and you can't sleep, it take you a long time to toss and turn before you could go to sleep, then turn you on some lavender. Get a little small bottle of lavender, real lavender. Put it around your house. Put it on your pillowcase. These are practical applications by which we can help each other to become a better version of yourself. Because sleep deprivation will cause you all type of anxiety. I say sleep deprivation, when you don't get enough sleep at night, will cause you all type of anxiety, social anxiety, cause you to have anxiety when you walk throughout the street or just normal daily activity. If you sleep deprived, yeah, you're on the brink of making a bad decision. Ooh-wee. I said you're on the brink of making a bad decision by continuing to try to drive when you know you need about a 15-minute power nap. Take the power nap and then continue on your course in this thing called life. Don't ever try to do anything when you're sleep deprived. And so I am your health conscious coach. I am your intellectual content creator. So I'm here on assignment. I've been commanded to open up the laptop and talk to the minds of his children. And so I'm here this morning, thankful, grateful, appreciative, called, chosen, even challenged to talk to the minds of his children. And so I'm thankful this morning. As this young lady, I ran across this young lady, you know what I'm saying? As I ran across her video this morning, it confirmed for me that you're on the right track as a health conscious coach. Keep your glycemic index down low. Cancer thrives in high glycemia. It thrives off of sugars, especially that white sugar. Anything white, y'all know it ain't right. It does, y'all say, look, white flour, it ain't right. Listen, anything white, y'all know it ain't right. I promise you it ain't right. If it's white, it ain't right. Ooh-wee. But anyway, yeah, that white sugar is a killer. That white flour is a killer. It's not good for our bodies. So be careful with white. That's just the truth of the matter. I ain't racist. I am not racist. I'm just telling you that white anything ain't right. And so we're just good here in the Hourglass as we study these concepts and practical applications to give you. We give you practical applications. Keep your glycemic index has to stay low. It's a real good one for you to remove white sugar out of your. Just take it out the cupboards and throw it in the garbage, and then use agave. It's an all-natural sweetener which is low on the glycemic index. Google it for yourself. It's the lowest sweetener, natural sweetener on the glycemic index. Is agave, A-G-A-V-E, with a little action over the E, agave. And that's the sweetener that we should be using in our coffee, in our teas, in our sugar, in our cereal, you know, in everything that we want to sweeten. Use some agave. As a matter of fact, use agave for your syrup. Stay off that high fructose corn syrup. With that antimony. Remember we used to stay with antimony and Alkaline syrup and all these different syrups that has high fructose corn syrup. It's a artificial sweetener. High fructose corn syrup is an artificial sweetener. And so we have to be careful with those type of things here in the Hourglass as we lead into healthy mindsets and healthy thoughts, we have to start first and foremost with our bodies. Our bodies, our mind, and our spirit all have to be alkalinic in order to become the best version of yourself that you can become. I said your spirit, man, your mind, man, and your body, man, has to be alkalinic on the top side of the hourglass, the light side of the hourglass, the belief side of the hourglass, because unbelief has to be at the bottom. Belief has to be at the top. Just like bravery has to be at the top. Being fearful and scared has to be at the bottom. That's a lower vibrational thought in the earth. You're either gonna have alkalinity at the top and acidity at the bottom. Positivity at the top, negativity at the bottom. And so light is at the top, darkness is at the bottom. Male is at the top, female has to be at the bottom because we're the covering for the woman. And so male has to be at the top. Yeah. And so everything that we have this morning is in the hourglass. He took me to the hourglass and he said, tell them that everything in the earth is in this hourglass. And so this is the hourglass era by which we live. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I am your thought-provoking specialist. I'm here for no other reason than to provoke your thoughts, cause your thoughts to shift, cause your understanding and that gray matter over your brain to be thickened. Your fiber optics in your brain fire different when you're learning something. I say when you're learning something new, your brain fire differently. Certain parts of your brain, the anatomical part of your brain fire differently when you're learning. And so y'all know I'll come in here, I'll break the whole brain down, your whole mind, how your mind shifts, how your vibration crystallizes when you come up from your chakra number 1, the root chakra, all the way up to chakra number 7, which is your crown chakra. How it crystallizes in your brain and it causes new vibrations and new frequencies in the earth through thought. It comes through your mind. And so I'm here this morning as your health conscious coach. I'm here as your intellectual content creator. I say I'm here as your podcast professor with my white jacket on. You know I put the lab jacket on to go into the minds of the people. Did you hear me? I said, I'll put my lab jacket on in order to talk to the minds of his children. Yeah, let's go into the labs of our mind, the laboratories of our mind. Let's go ahead and dissect things like we did in the 3rd and 4th and 5th grade when they made us open up a whole frog on the table. See, y'all probably don't do that no more. I'm about to tell my age. Y'all probably don't do no dissecting. But we're going to dissect the mind and we're going to dissect our thoughts in here, in the hourglass. We dissect stuff. We cut it open and see it for what it is. We stand on top of it and look down in on it. This thing called life. We stand outside of the situation and we look down in on life to make sure that we got the right perspective. We see the whole picture because we're looking down in on life like this. And we putting the puzzle pieces of life together. And that's what I'm here for, to help you connect the dots in your own life. I say connect the dots, connect the puzzle pieces, put all the puzzle pieces together in your own life and see what you got. And don't deny any piece of the puzzle. That's what I'm here for, to tell you. Don't deny any piece of the puzzle. All of it is a part of it. Everything's connected to everything else in the earth. There's nothing that's separate. All of it is a part of everything else. And so when he said, let there be, the Western world where we live right now came just like the Eastern world where they live over there. It came. Everything, the Eastern and the Western world, both was here. How are we going to deny any part of the world? How are we going to deny any part of religion? How are we going to deny any part of ethnicity? How are we going to deny any part of culture? All of it is a part of it. Everything is connected to everything else in the earth. Every person is connected to everybody else in the earth. Ooh-wee. And so we're all here in the earth, in the metaverse. We're all here in the universe. We're all here. And we all have our own individualized assignments, but yet we're still a collective. We're individuals, but we're still a collective. And so when you walking in self-understanding and self-comprehension, when you working in universal understanding and universal comprehension, all of it is a part of it. And so I'm here for no other reason than to share and to make your mind cultivate, make your thoughts captivate, capitulate if you have to. Ooh-wee. And so we're here to talk to the minds of the people, share wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Connect your dots in life. Remember I told y'all he showed me a vision, and it was a lot of strings hanging in my life. They were all white strings hanging loosely in my life. Just they were all pure white strings just hanging loosely in my life. And you can see this on about the fourth or fifth week, I think, of I initially started this whole podcast. I can tell you this, that he said, connect all of the loose strings in your life. Connect them. And before it was all over said and done, as I took pieces like your family, that's a string. Your friends is a string. Your career has its own string. Your job has its own string. Your finances has its own string. It was a whole bunch of strings that was hanging, dangling in life. And you got them too. I ain't the only one that had them. You have them too. All of them are individual strings that's hanging and dangling in your life. Your academic, your career choices. All of these are individual strings. And he said, tell my people to collect them all. And as I stood there at the end of this vision, I was standing up with all the strings in one hand. It was in my left hand. I was looking up. I was sharing that I got them all. I connected all the dots in my life. I connected all of the strings that were once loose. They were all in one hand. And so I'm here this morning to tell somebody that you're only one phone call away. You're only one phone call away from your life altering, your life shifting, your life transitioning, transforming into what it is. Be careful, be cognizant, be aware, understand, comprehend, bring all your thoughts to the table. I'm talking about the good thoughts as well as the bad. I'm talking about the in thoughts as well as the out thoughts. I'm talking about all of your thoughts, the maladaptive thoughts, the bad behavioral thoughts that you once have, that you had in your life, or that you have in your life, that you possess right now. Bring them all to the table. Why not? I said, why not bring them all to the table? Bring all your thoughts to the table, baby girl. Sis, bring your thoughts to the table. Bruh, my brother, bring all your thoughts to the table. Why wouldn't you bring your thoughts to you? I'm talking about your own thoughts. I ain't talking about the thoughts of this world and this world system. I'm not talking about the governmental thought. I'm talking about your own thoughts, because on Judgment Day, he's going to ask you, what did you say? Who did you say I am? What did you say? How did you put all your puzzle pieces of this thing called life together? How did you connect all your dots in this thing called life? Don't leave any puzzle pieces out. Don't negate any puzzle pieces. They're all relevant, and they're all going to be necessary on Judgment Day to put your puzzle, your puzzle pieces, your pieces to your puzzle. Did you hear me? I get tongue-tied around here in these streets. When I'm trying to explain something, I tongue-tied all the way up and bring it all the way back full circle. Because y'all know we ain't scripted up in here. It's not my spirit. I donate 1 hour a day of thought out my spirit, out my academics, out my academia, out of my conscientiousness, out of my awareness, out of my alertness in the earth. I'll bring you 1 hour a day. I tithe 1 hour a day of my talent and my tenth and my treasure in order for you to understand me and understand universally these conscious thoughts, being consciously aware, universally astute. And when he said, let there be, oxygen and silicone understood their assignment. And they bound together through that combustible pressure that was in the earth when he said, let. And it became clear quartz. He said, that's my spoken word in the earth. Ooh-wee. He said, tell him that that is my spoken word in the earth, clear quartz. Google it for yourself. It's mental clarity. That's his spoken word. And he wants us to have mental clarity in the earth. That's why I'm here on assignment to tell somebody, get a piece of clear quartz in the palm of your hand. You want mental clarity? Then tap into his spoken word in the earth. Ooh-wee. I say tap into his spoken word in the earth. He said, let there be. And those two things on that element chart that we learned about in 8th grade, silicone and oxygen, that's his stuff. He created that. That was his stuff. And so that's his spoken word in the earth. Silicone and oxygen bound them two things together, themselves together to make clear quartz. Google it for yourself. That's mental clarity in the earth. And so I'm here for no other reason. You know the enemy don't want clarity. The enemy wants you to be fogged up and misunderstood and throw it off and off balance. We have mental clarity, then that's the top side of the hourglass. Mental fog is the bottom side of the hourglass. That's a low vibrational act in the earth. But mental clarity has to be on the top side of the hourglass because it's clear. You're clear. You're conscious. You're aware. You understand. You comprehend. You connect all your dots in the earth. Connect your dots in the earth. Ooh-wee. I said connect your dots in the earth and don't be led down a pathway for people that just want to control your mind and your thoughts through all these other things that they have put into place for us. Yeah, walking your own mental clarity and understanding in the earth. That's our assignment, to do the research, to get the understanding, to walk in comprehension, to walk in compassion, to walk in compromise. Yeah, you got to compromise in this thing called life. So I'm here this morning on a note like this. To tell somebody on the sound of my voice that you're one phone call away. I say that you're one phone call away. Just one phone call can alter your whole entire life. It did for me on both sides of the spectrum. Yeah, it did for me on both sides of the spectrum. I've been on both sides, a base and a bound. I've gotten a phone call that rocked my whole entire world through my son's death. It literally floored me. It literally like if something was snatched out from under my feet. Literally. But I'm still here. And I'm still on assignment. And I'm still walking in the awareness. And I don't have no control over that. If I did, I would have done something differently. We don't have no control over our death of our loved ones. Because if we had control over it, we would have never let it happen. And so I'm here this morning, hurt but whole. Can you be hurt and whole at the same time? I said, can you be hurt and whole at the same time? Y'all know I put a whole session together with that one. Can you have power without pain? Ooh-wee. I said, can you have power without pain? Or is pain a prerequisite for power? Are they synonymous? Ooh-wee. So this morning, I came here this morning to tell somebody, stand up. Become the best version of yourself that you can become. Stand all the way up in yourself. Erect the right mindset. Erect the right health conscious. Erect the right standard. I said erect this right standard of life in your body and raise it all the way up, your vibrations all the way up to where they crystallize in your mind and cause you to be the best version of yourself that you can become as we endure this thing called life. Because life gonna be lifing out here in these streets. Don't get it twisted. Did you hear me? I say life be lifing. Math don't be mathing all the time, though. I can tell somebody, hey, math be mathing out here too. And so I'm here this morning. I'm thankful for y'all tapping in with me for these 52 minutes. I got 8 more minutes with y'all. I keep telling y'all that we on the right path. When you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 34, that means you're on the right path. That means your blessings are on the way. Stay on your path. You keep seeing 12, 34. You keep seeing these things that has to come, has to pass through, has to become, you have to endure these things because without them, you will not become the best version of yourself that you become. And the universe allow these things. I believe that I think they're allowed in our lives. He might not orchestrate them, but he'll allow them to be. And so we have to endure. We have to say that we've endured it. We have to say that we conquered. We have to say that we have won, that we've been triumphant, that we're victorious in the earth. That if I look over my whole entire life, I would have to say that 51% of my life is positive and 49% of my life has been negative. That's the only thing that we accept here in the hourglass. We don't want that percentage to be that low though. 50, 49, 51, nah, we ain't going 49, 51. 51% positive and 41, that's too close to the spectrum. That means all it's gonna take is one low vibrational thing to knock you down to 51% negativity and 49% positivity. That's too low. So I really want to say 80% positive, 20% negative. I'll deal with that. What you see when you look in the mirror is the question. I say, what do you see when you look in the mirror? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Remember I did a session on that one? Mirror, mirror on the wall. When you look in that mirror, what do you see? Do you see victory? Or do you see a failure? Ooh, because that's going to determine how far you go in this thing called life. What you see in the mirror would determine how far you go in this thing called life. Thank y'all for chiming in with me this morning. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for peeping in. I see y'all peeping in on the spirit. Hey, I see y'all peeping in on me. Y'all don't want to know. It's okay. I said, y'all don't want to know. It's all right. It's okay. Y'all don't want to be obvious. It's okay. Come on in and get what you want. Take what you need. I say, take what you need out of here. Out of these thoughts, take what you need. If it's some meat, take the meat and leave the bone. Ooh-wee. I say, eat off the meat and just leave the bone. Because everything I say, you ain't going to be able to eat it all. So you can leave the bones, take the meat and eat. Leave the bone behind. Somebody else like to chew on the bone too. Because there's nutrients in the bone as well. The bones of life. Just like there's nutrients in the meat of the bone. But the bone has nutrients too. So take what you need out of this conversation and then move on. Become the best version of yourself that you can become. As I pour out my spirit, as I pour into the earth via voice, via verbal communication. As I pour in the earth, you just take what you need from it. Yeah, I'm going to continue to pour because I've been called to pour. I'm a reservoir. I said, I've been called to pour in the minds of the people in the earth. I've been commanded to open up the laptop and talk to the minds. And so I'm here this morning. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I am your thought-provoking specialist. I am on assignment. I'm your health conscious coach. I'm your intellectual content creator. I'm your podcast professor. And I'm here. And I ain't going nowhere. I say, I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. Y'all be blessed. Y'all take care. Y'all connect the dots in your own life. Pull all your strings together. Make sure you're standing there with them all in one hand. There are big balloons at the top of those strings. It was big balloons, and all the balloons had words on them. And all of them were symbolic of something in your life. Understanding had its own balloon. Wisdom and knowledge had their own individual balloons. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, comprehension, compassion in the earth. All these words had their own strings hanging down. And you had to connect them all. Don't leave any. Anger was there too on the balloon. The word anger was there because anger is a part of the whole construct. Misunderstanding had its own balloon too because you misunderstood the assignment. Misunderstanding has its own. Unbelief was there, just like belief was there, unbelief was there. Yeah. All these balloons was just floating in the air with all the strings hanging down. And before it's all over said and done, you're going to have to collect all your strings and stand there like this, holding all the strings together, completing your assignment in the earth. But anyway, thank y'all for chiming in with me this morning. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being here with an open heart and an open mind and an open ear to hear, to comprehend, do your own research, do your own evaluations, do your own assessments about this thing called life. I'm just here as a 55-year-old man. Hey, I'm here as a double in the double nickel game right now. Give me a few more days, y'all. Give me to September 25th. I got 6 more days. Yeah, I'll be 56. God spare my life. These 6 more days, I'll be 56. And I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I don't look like what I've been through. Ooh-wee. I say I don't look like what I've been through. I don't look like what I've been through in this thing called life. I don't even look like I've been through the muck and miry clay that he took me up out of the muck and miry and cleaned me up and washed me off and polished me up